Manipur reports 4 more COVID-19 related deaths, rising state's death toll to 44 and 108 new cases of COVID-19 in the last 24 hours. Locals finally traced one missing coronavirus positive non-local man and sent him to COVID care center. India's confirmed COVID-19 cases crossed 44 lakh with 95,735 fresh cases reported in the last 24 hours. Death toll reaches 75,062. And Manipur observed World Suicide Prevention Day 2020. Dr. R.K. Lenin calls upon people to unitedly fight against issues leading to suicide. A very good evening to you all. I'm Kanel Shambanduram presenting you the prime-timed English Bulletin. Now, let's begin our bulletin with the top stories of today. Confirmed cases of coronavirus or COVID-19 in Manipur have reached 7,470, of which 1,633 are active cases, and recoveries are 5,793. Death toll has reached 44. As per State Health Department and COVID-19 Command Control Room press release at 5 p.m. today, in the past 24 hours, Manipur reported 4 COVID-19 related deaths. Coronavirus infected 2 males aged 46 and 68 from Imphal East district passed away at Jenims, and 1 female aged 74 from Imphal West district passed away at Rims. Another coronavirus infected CRPF personnel died at Churachandpur district hospital, while in the past 24 hours, 108 people have tested positive for COVID-19, out of which 82 persons are from the general population and 26 are personnel of a Central Armed Police Force, and 245 people were discharged after recovery. Manipur's recovery rate stands at 77.55%. Newly infected persons from the general population are 15 from Imphal West district, 6 from Churachandpur, 3 from Teknopal, 2 from Tamilong, 2 from Teknopal, 1 from Kakching, 3 from Jiribam, 11 from Imphal East district, 37 from Thoubal district, and 1 from Ukhrul district. Out of the general population, 8 persons, 3 from Jiribam and 1 each from the Teknopal, Ukhrul, Imphal East, Vishnupur and Thoubal district are returnees from the other states, while the remaining 74 are locals without any significant travel history. They are being shifted to COVID care facility and necessary measures are underway. Locals have finally traced one missing coronavirus positive non-locals man and sent him to COVID care center. He had been handed over to the health department for treatment and observation. The man who was tested positive for coronavirus is Babul Das, who resides at the rental room in Lai Ising Chaibi Nagamapal Ponam Laikai of Imphal West district. He was found positive for COVID-19 through RT-PCR test at Babina Diagnostic Center on 8th of September. He reportedly hid the test result and went for a health checkup at Rims Hospital. Doctors at Rims conducted COVID-19 tests using rapid antigen test kit and found him negative for COVID-19. Therefore, he was given some basic flu medicines. Local clubs members carried out a massive search operation and traced him at around 7 p.m. yesterday. Residents have appealed to the public to stop hiding if found positive for COVID-19, but to come forth and get treatment for the safety of oneself and others.
COVID-19 naraba miyoy ma zik masana losalam badagi koi pawmu famudagi koi zik fare marks the fam duna leire duna leina smaina naraga koi na sana lotuna leiraga di sina mathang matang sandorapagi masak lakani isa nare khangaba isana chalaga test tawrwa positive oire isana khangaba mi do mayam da khanganuna matam chana pau pibiraga ai club maya pai
covid
committee leiba lekai gi singda pau bibi duna anaba si kanna bai damukta mating pangbiu haiduna pawjinjari.
Deaths are piling up inside as well as outside of the COVID care center open at Lamboi Khongnangkhong in Imphal West District. Speaking to media today, an inmate of the center appealed to the authorities concerned to provide necessary equipment to clean the garbage. He said inmates at the center volunteered to clean up the dirt as outsiders might not be willing to come and do the needful. He also appealed to the relevant department to prevent entry of stray animals inside the center's premises.
Care center sigi manung sisana laiba pagi manung sabam sapam letin barum singba mo liba poliba sing adi apoi bagi chana khana ba amol kai tukum sing asi taru tanana thanna bai damakta ai le na ba department amadi sponsor tawing ba sing amaru pang sing lai ga di sakana tawi ba sing sigi masak sida henna koina masida sentuk sing taw do masak tum taka oi ba khar lai jai maramuna hari masak tum pagi katar gumba machine hood gumba hand glove seng ba sabada daka le masak tum sing da khapi bira ga di hari ba koi ba si taru tanana thambada ai le na ba sing mateng pang bi haina care center lamoi khona khong na ke di khanan jari.
Apun Bairei Paki Mahiroi Shingpanglup AIMS has appealed to state government to look into various mushrooming private companies which are manufacturing hand sanitizers without proper ingredients prescribed by the World Health Organization. Speaking to media today, Secretary of AIMS Education and Academic Affairs Suraj Tokchom said they had received various complaints regarding illegal manufacturing of hand sanitizers, upon which AIMS members check various hand sanitizers being sold at shops in and around Imphal city. Suraj expressed concern that many sanitizers were found lacking the right amount of ingredients, stating that hand sanitizers are a necessity to fight coronavirus pandemic. He appealed to the authorities concerned to look into the matter at the earliest.
Ngasi maksu aikoina field work satuna survey satuna miyamda asigumba percentage sudaba sanitizer sing miyamda utok jari makha tana haying su aduma ai ko chacha gigani aduga makha tarapada ngasi asigumlaba sanitizer sing nataba tongan ba sanitizer sing asi kadai fogo magi pirak ibo World Health Organization piri composition sing asi kadai fogo suni yaw bage habu ngasi pali balenga amadi health department na kuda kasi dagi mintiang changi tuna laibu sanitizer kudimak amutang alcohol meter season naraga high composition sing asi kadai phobu chung lawge have health department amadi kasi mari leina ba government amtang mintiang changi na ba AIMS ki maike dagi appeal tawjari.
Technopol MLA D. Korongthang has taken stock of COVID-19 situation and other necessities of the Indo-Myanmar border town of Moreh. He met with representatives of various Moreh-based civil society organizations and discussed with them on necessary steps to combat COVID-19 pandemic as well as basic necessaries of the town. The MLA meet with representatives of the Manipur Muslim Council Moreh, Old Community Development Organization Moreh, Hild Tribal Council Moreh, Tamil Sangam Moreh, Meitei Council Moreh and Gorkha Samaj Samiti at their respective offices yesterday. MLA Korongthang urged the people to continue taking safety measures even though the state's COVID recovery rate is improving, while the civil society organizations members urge the MLA to construct a proper crematorium, to upgrade schools in the town and to provide ration cards to all the residents of the Moreh Ward number 5. Last rites of the 14-year-old minor girl from Imphal West District who died after she was brutally raped was held today. People took her body from Rim's morgue to her birthplace, chanting various slogans. Manipur police keep a strict vigil to prevent any untoward incidents. Mayang Imphal MLA L. Ravindro and ex-minister K.H. Ratan Kumar also joined the rally, which was participated by representatives of various civil society organizations. It may be recalled that the brutal raped minor girl was found unconscious in an open field on 2nd of September, and she was immediately rushed to RIMS hospitals, but she died on September 3 afternoon. Special Judge Pokso in Falta West yesterday sent 6 accused in the brutal gang rape including the parents of the primed accused, to judicial custody. Chief Minister N. Biren had also assured that befitted punishment will be accorded to the rapist. Meanwhile, Manipur Human Rights Commission has apprised Manipur DGP to lodge a case against the first miscreant who uploaded the photo of the minor raped victim from Imphal West District on social media. Members of a new young sporting club, Samuro, and Mairapaibi members staged a protest demonstration against the brutal gang rape and death of a 14-year-old minor girl from Imphal West District today. The protest meet was staged at Samuro Awanglekai Community Hall. Protesters demanded to award a befitted punishment to the culprits at the earliest. Women Association for Social Economic Development also condemned the brutal gang rape of the minor girl from Imphal West District. Press release from the association demanded to award a befitted legal punishment to the culprits at the earliest. Women Welfare Secretary of Democratic Students Alliance of Manipur, S. Nikita, has condemned disclosure of names, photos and identities of any minor victims as re-victimization. Speaking to Impact News at Desam office in Kwakaithel today, S. Nikita said it is the government's utmost duty to provide medical or psychological support and compensation or relief to the victims and their families for their mental rehabilitation. She refuted the people's mindset that justice is served once compensation is provided to victims. She asserted that getting compensation is the right of the victims. Nikita said there is no connection whatsoever between bringing justice and the provision of compensation. She urged state governments to earmark a budget to sustain the livelihood of those victims and their families. Nikita demanded a strict judiciary system in the state to prevent untoward incidents like mob justice. She also demanded capital punishment for those culprits who committed crimes against women, stating that as per National Crime Record Bureau, trial proceedings at fast-track courts in Manipur are slow. Nikita lamented that various cases, including POCSO-related cases, are still pending, even though these cases should have been completed within 1 year in the fast-track courts.
Justice delay tauba haibasi crime sing hena thokna bagi achauba machak amani masidagi preventive justice lerektabani lamdam sida strict judiciary system lehenba mathau tai rapist amadi nupi hatpa singbu sibagi chairak piduna yade haiba khanganba president punishment oinaba khangangadabani culprit khudingmaktasu matik chaba chairak pibiu fast track court asi akakna bachahi amagi manungda case khudingma losingadabani haiba leirabasu Manipur dadi case kaya ama namsinduna pending oina leiri National Crime Record Bureau gi matungina Manipur asi fast track court ki trial yamna tapa state singi manungda ama oiri handak haukiba agasada Manipur legang POCSO amadi rape ki fast track special court ani hangdoki basi yamna thagat ningai ni fast track court sing asi ningthina function tawribara haibasi hangba yaba wahang ama oiri fully function tawba fast track special court Manipur ki district khuding makta lehenbiu.
Joint Action Committee against the brutal killing of Arambam Ranjan and civil society organizations based in Churachandpur carried out a mass rally today. Protest demonstrations were carried out at Churachandpur Peace Ground. Rally begins from the ground towards District DC office. The protesters handed over a memorandum demanding to award befitted punishment to the culprits to Chief Minister Nongthom Biren through the DC. Mairapaibi members of Langdung Ward number 7 today carried out a protest demonstration against the killing of writer company staff Arambam Ranjan alias Kuku by unknown miscreants during an armed robbery at SBI Bank, Churchandpur. The protest meet was staged at Langdung Lamkai. Protesters urged the state governments to award befitting punishment to the culprit involved in the incident at the earliest.
Langda Langjana Mata Putopi Manipur Sarkana, Asum Tabata Wigani Hariga, Hujibauda, Asumba Bulamsel, Dunatamaga, Asuktina, Anganchibu, Sen Karagida Makami, Chibu Sanga, Hapadona, Mantigna Kibase, Akoimera, Paibi, P. Singi, Makadagi, Sukamatic Tawai, no Isadi, Aduga, Sarkana, Asibauda, Makarigumba, Sarkagi, Makadagi, Langda Langjana Putopidapta, Ragadi, Matung, Jesina, Lokalapa, Tabakudi Mata. Akui Langdungi Maikaidagi, Mairapaibi Singi Maikaidagi, Lepalaitana, Homjang Sanchin Zagi Kani, Manipur Sarkagi Maikaida Hajariba, Pudimache, Sarkana Yabiu, Amadi, Missy Sigimatanga, Mahaki Langla Langjinja Putopi Habase, Sarkagi Ming Chinchinjari.
While members and volunteers of the Irilbung Library Union, Kairao Bitra Awang Laikai and Mairapaibi groups carried out a torch rally last night against killing of the writer company staff Arambam Ranjan. The rally commenced from the ILU ground and passes through Irilbung Kaithel, Kairao Kuno and concluded at its initial point where a public meet was held. Residents of Kairao have assured to extend full solidarity to all the steps taken by the JAC formed against the incident.
Thodokshe khoi yamna Manipur gi khoi yamna lamlamje thokpa yamna tamthiba thodoksing gi manungda manina ai khoi club na laujai aduga ngachi gi mihachi khoi yaningda boina phungduk chaboina ngasi Irimung Library Union Kairao Bitra Wang Kaina ngasi gi maira rally si khu chachabani JAC na jangjalakpa khongjang sagi mihat pa si phadri phawba ma si ma makhoibu akhoi aingi oiba chapsaba chaira ama piri phawba akhoi Irimung Library Union Kairao Bitra Wang Kai gi maibel sing aduga akhoi club pi side tagi akhoi JAC da angam mateng pangjagina ha ofam si akhoi thamjai.
A middle-aged woman died on the spot while her husband had a narrow escape in a road mischief that occurred at Sangai Purong Mamang Laikai FCS Road this evening around 4. A Tata truck reportedly hit them and sped away. The unconscious husband has been taken to the hospital. The deceased woman is 52-year-old and Nungshibi from Malom to Liaima Mamang Laikai, while her injured husband is identified as And Ojit. An eyewitness said the couple was riding on a scooter Honda Dio bearing registration number MN01AD1290. He said many trucks of FCI ply on the narrow road which is hardly 15 feet, making the area accident-prone. He appeals to let all the trucks park inside the FCI campus to prevent any further accidents in the area.
Accident toina thoise hana su mamang su kaya ma thoktana makhong makhut sonai dana leibi yaukre asi su malom dagi ne hai ekoi police team la mokta punaba thorang tawri senga masi main problem si FCI gi tata singsina bako soroki matai si da tangkhai me hen kallaba leiba aduna masi traffic jam si nang itana masi school mamang na so ekoi club ki site su Karak Hanna su Kaburgi Mari Lainaba Department da high grade Masi se Sarkar gi Maikai di Puning Sangjalangi Nungaitaba Thokdokse Matungda Thoktanaba Ainaba.
Well, now it's time for a small commercial break. After the break, we bring you updates on coronavirus cases in India and the world. We will be back with details after the break. Until then, keep watching Impact News.
Impact TV ki L sourcing amasung lineman chingna maroiba essential service amoina miyam de lep palaitani ipau phanganba office satok sasin line maintenance amadi tanai phadaba thabak thorom sing pangthokpada laikai club organization amadi government ge authority singna athingba pibi danaba appeal tawjari paujanjari ba manager Impact TV.
You are watching Impact TV, engaging, empowering and impacting lives.
Welcome back. After the break, you're watching Primetime English Bulletin. India's COVID-19 confirmed cases have crossed 44 lakh mark with 95,735 fresh cases reported in the span of 24 hours, while the number of recoveries have crossed 34 lakh 71,000, pushing the recovery rate of coronavirus patients in the country to 77.74%. As per the Union Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, active COVID-19 cases in the country have crossed 9,19,000 and that toll has reached 75,062. Maharashtra has the highest number of active cases of above 2,53,000. Meanwhile, the Indian Council of Medical Research said that over 11 lakh tests were conducted in the last 24 hours. Globally, coronavirus has infected above 2 crore 80 lakh people. Above 9 lakh people have died and recoveries are above 2 crore. United States of America is on top with more than 25 lakh 8,000 active cases, followed by India and Brazil. Among the Northeast states, novel coronavirus has affected Assam the most. The state's total confirmed COVID-19 cases have crossed 1,33,000, out of which 29,163 are active cases. Arunachal Pradesh confirmed COVID-19 cases have crossed 5,500, out of which 1,600 are active cases. Nagaland's confirmed COVID-19 cases have crossed 4,375, out of which 578 are active cases. Tripura's total confirmed COVID-19 cases have crossed 16,739, out of which 6,554 are active cases. There are 583 active cases of COVID-19 in Mizoram, 553 in Sikkim, and 1,355 active cases of COVID-19 in Meghalaya. Indian Red Cross Society in Imphal East District branch carried out COVID-19 awareness program at Tiger Camp and Lamboi village of the Kundrakpam constituency today. IRCS State Secretary Dr. R.K. Nimai appeals to follow COVID-19 safety guidelines issued by World Health Organization and state government at the awareness program. People's Task Force for COVID-19 and Indian Red Cross Society Manipur State branch also carried out a COVID-19 awareness program at the Pauna and Thangal market today. IRCS Manipur State branch chairman Dr. Y. Mohand appeals to shoppers to maintain social distancing, wear face masks and to follow COVID-19 related protocol during the awareness program. Dr. Rajkumar Lenin, head of Regional Institute of Medical Sciences, Secretary Department, has expressed concern that one person died every 40 seconds from suicide and 20 times more people attempt suicide. Speaking exclusively to Impact News on World Suicide Prevention Day 2020 today, Dr. R.K. Lenin called upon people to unitedly fight against issues leading to suicide. He said there are various reasons behind an individual's attempting or committing suicide. Some of them are due to being unaware that one is suffering from mental illness, drug abuse, among others. Dr. R.K. Lenin also said that rate of suicide is higher among the age group of 15 to 24 years, for which reasons may be attributed to academic pressure, relationship issues, financial and family problems, among others. The psychiatrist said it is high time to analyze the solution as well, as we are already aware of the causes behind suicide. He said taking care of the people suffering from mental illness and seeking professional help on time are ways to prevent suicide. Dr. R.K. Lenin said suicide is one of the major health issues in the world, including Manipur. He urged everyone to be aware and extend necessary cooperation in preventing suicide.
Suicide haibase thingba yaba adugumba thabak tawong amani mafam matam sana aikoina khanghauraba lokhatpam thokpa thaudang lakwal horaba mikuba matang orsu magi wakal du hongnanaba magi manakta lebiba magi misangda lebiba asumna wakal singa hak thaidok piba ngamagadi amalyam la punsi ama kanbada chauna mateng oigani suicide si malem goina yengbada lakh nipan lom aduga India gi oina yengbada lakh amaga lising nifu rom aduga arrival on the haiba taragadi second nifu kudingi mioi amamam suicide tawduna siri aduga suicide tawriba mi ama kudingi suicide tawgi haina honaramba tawraga mai pakidaba mi kun muk lei aduna di second nifu gi manungda malem sida ai sirage ai malem si thadoktuna chatkarge haiba mioi si kun muk lei me masing kaya yamna malem si thadoktuna chatke haiba suicide ki wafam asi malem sida public health issue amadi oirabani aduga Manipur gi oina yengbadasu aikhoina media da mayam khangna report tawri basina taba lotsin kiba suicide ki masingsu aduki matik yamna lei puri batari ba khar sida su suicide se aduki matik yame nongmagi kengalakpagi mawng ni hojik leiri base.
World Suicide Prevention Day was also observed in Jiribam district today. District Health Society Jiribam organized the event at the JIMPAL office in Jiribam's Bawapura. Jiribam Chief Medical Officer Dr. Iyo Kendro, Jiri Development Organization ZDO President and Sadananda and many locals attended the event.
Suicide asina prithivida piriba chaitheng asigidamakta mayamda khoigi khanghanba sidagi koina karamna ngakphokani haibasigi matangda mayamda khanghanba sigidamakta oina pangthokpa maru oiba pandamni chahi khudingi khoigi program asi theme amamamda pangthoi handaki chahi asigi theme di working together to prevent suicide haibani masigi wahan thokti suicide asi aikhoina matau karamna thinghogani haibasigi matangda aikhoi punna khangminnaba haibasini.
District Health Society Chandel and District Mental Health Program Chandel jointly observed World Suicide Prevention Day 2020 on the theme Working Together to Prevent Suicide at the office of Chandel Chief Medical Officer today. Chandel CMO Drs. Sarthanis Sarbamd and DNO Dr. K.H. Ravindro stressed on the theme at the event. Police has arrested the owner of over 10,000 World is Yours tablet, which was seized by Jiribam Anti-Drug Sales Unit from the Lengang Pokpi on Infalt Jiribam Road, National Highway number 37. A combined team of Jiribam Police and District Anti-Drug Sales Unit arrested the miscreant identified as 31-year-old Muhammad Jasim Uddin Lashkar, son of Ali Askar Lashkar from the Jiribam Bazaar at Bankhald Part 4, Lakipur yesterday. It may be mentioned that a joint team of police and members of Jiribam Anti-Drug Sales Unit led by Constable Ramband Chingnangkhomba Luwang under the supervision of Jiribam DSP K. Gich Chandra confiscated over 10,000 World is Yours tablet from the one Muhammad Sahidur Ahmed on 8th of September. He was carrying the contraband drugs hidden in a rice bag for the owner on a Tata Sumo bearing registration number MN04A1579. Kakching District Police Commander carried out an anti-liquor drive at various parts of the district today. Police team led by Kakching District Police Commander OC seized 50 liters of country liquor and various liquor manufactured items from the miscreants during the drive. They arrested 2 miscreants who were involved in manufacturing liquors illegally. The arrested persons are one M. Ibomcha and Shanayaima. Outer Lok Sabha MP Dr. Lorho Est Fauzi has written to Chief Minister Nongthum Biren urging him to open a regular circular court of Jiribam district as well as Sessions Judge and National Lok Adalat for speedy disposal of various pending cases related to protection of children from Sexual Offences Act, MACT, Family Court, Revenue Tribunal, Election Tribunal, Essential Commodities Act, ND and PS Act, etc. Police used tractors and destroyed paddies cultivated illegally inside the Infalt International Airport today. Speaking on the sideline, Ningombam Gram Panchayat Ward Member E. Rajendro spoke for the distressed farmers and appealed to the relevant authorities to provide compensation to them.
hậu sản cái lúc này tại mình chỉ hai đại này hồi dưới này khai ra gì đó ai chú hoàn thành bằng mọi na phải phát ra này cái tiếng ngoài tao chụp quay được phải na phát ra rất là phải mình để bộ thôi tiên tao phải 이제 government 관 하자는 다 아무 땅디 로고 거면 돼 비비라 그 거기 프라자 이제 그냥 파가다나 왜 에밀레나 주 시들레 리버자 가시스 너 우리 범미제 이나 군 맘마 대야우게 야 무슨 뭐 아니 humangai 아도 잘 라르고 그땅이 비라가 로시지 그땅 간나 보내 비원
Job card holders of the Phumlo Sifai Wanglaikai under Phumlo Gram Panchayat Ward number 3 have staged a protest meet at the local community hall. They condemned that they have been denied MGNREGA works sanctioned for them. MSME Assistant Director T. Nandakishore kicked off the 15th-day cake baking training program at Chingmairong today. Wild Forest Institute of Skilled Development Chingmairong organized the program. Manager of NSIC Infald L. Ibotombi and K. Ashinikanta attended the event. Parents of the kidney patient Laitonjam Abe from the Kaino Thongkha Mamanglaikai in Oinam Assembly constituency have pleaded for help for their daughter's treatment. Laitonjam Abe, daughter of Laitonjam Prem and Laitonjam Nolini, has been bedridden as both her kidney have failed.
Aigi kitinya ni mafia lore, tiam tapang biro, ayam pernah mengenai penuh sibitu na, matiam tapang biro, na baca paningi, mai pana aigi layang baca ngamdre, mayam nunu sibiyo mutadi,
mayam da aina hain badi, sahji ana baca matam sange, adina koi jo sora noma ga talaga saja bani na, daerah si tawa ana baca jo daerah si hafta amda anirak tawa ni, tidak kamu kapto kapsingi pesabu lejade. Now
the news from the world of sports. National camp for the upcoming FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup will resume on October 15th. Altogether, 24 players, including 7 players from Manipur and 8 from Jharkhand, will take part in the national camp under the aegis of All India Football Federation at Jharkhand. Jharkhand Chief Minister Hemant Soren is taking major role in organizing the camp. Manipuri footballers Hemam Shilki, Babina Laishram, Thaunaujam Kritina, Naurim Priyanka, Serto Linda Komd, Thokchom Martina and Fanjobam Nirmala are taking part in the camp. It may be mentioned that FIFA and local organizing committee decided to postpone the World Cup, which was originally scheduled to be held in November this year, until February to March of 2021. Mumbai Indians have to finish all preparations to clinch the championship title of the upcoming 13th Dream 11th Indian Premier League. The team won the IPL 4 times in 2013, 2015, 2017 and 2019. The team is giving its best shot to become champions for the 5th time in the upcoming league, to be hosted by United Arab Emirates. Batsmen Rohit Sharma, Chris Lyons, Kieron Pollard, Quinton de Kock and Hardik Pandya, fast bowler Jasprit Bumrah, Trent Bolt, Mitchell Klinagand, Nathan Coulter, Dhawand Kulkarni and spinner James Pattinson, Rahul Chahar, Kunal Pandya and Jayant Yadav will put their all-out efforts for the team's success. The team is managed by support staff Master Blaster Sachin Tendulkar, head coach Mahila Jayawadan, bowling coach Send Bond, batting coach Robin Singh and director of cricket operations Jahir Khan. Mumbai Indians will lock horns with Chennai Super King on September 19 at 7:30 p.m. Well, that's all we have in this bulletin. But before we wind up, let's take a glimpse at the headlines once again. Manipur reports 4 more COVID-19 related deaths, rising state's death toll to 44 and 108 new cases of COVID-19 in the last 24 hours. Locals finally traced one missing coronavirus positive non-local man and sent him to COVID care center. India's confirmed COVID-19 cases crossed 44 lakh with 95,735 fresh cases reported in the last 24 hours. Death toll reaches 75,062. And Manipur observed World Suicide Prevention Day 2020. Dr. R.K. Lenin called upon people to unitedly fight against issues leading to suicide. Well, thank you so much for being with us. Coming up next is a primetime Manipuri Bulletin. In the meantime, for more news and information, please do not hesitate to follow Impact TV on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram and